Let's take a look at what Tesla did today. So we closed at 354.40, down $6.16, 1.71%. Post-market seemed to be down by 33 cents additionally. So let's take a look at what we have on the chart. This is giving us our facts. Let's look at the facts. Guess what? Guess what? We have such a hard time with 360.65 for the past 4 days. It now has been 4 days. We cannot close above 360.65. What does this mean in terms of the behaviors of the sellers and the buyers? It means that there are plenty of sellers willing to sell their shares below 360.65. If those sellers believe that, no, Tesla is really going to go higher, I'm going to keep my shares, they might still be willing to sell, but at a higher price. Right now, there's no higher price. They are willingly selling them at 360.65 like it's nothing, like it's nothing. And also at the same time, they don't need to sell at a lower price because we have buyers that are showing up at that price. Basically, this is where we have the equilibrium, the balance between the buyers and sellers, and this is a very tiny balance. Let's take a look at the 1-hour chart. The balance is basically what we call a congestion zone. Congestion. Our congestion zone is between 360.65, as I said, and 350.03, but let's call it 350. So this is where we are. We are zigzagging between these two. Yesterday, we had some signs. We had some signs that we had some buyers. We had a little bit of an imbalance yesterday. A little bit of an imbalance. We had more buyers for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. And then those buyers just disappear and the equilibrium came back. So on the 1-hour chart, we are going to see more of these things. We are going to see more imbalances or buy signals, as I call them. We are going to see way more imbalances than on the daily chart because we only need to have an imbalance for a couple of hours, 1 hour, even 1 hour, in order to see it on the 1-hour chart. On the daily chart, we need to have a bigger imbalance. So this is why when we have an imbalance on the 1-hour chart, we can try and take that trade. But when we don't have the same buy signal or imbalance on the daily chart, it's a little bit more risky on the 1-hour chart to take that trade. It can still work. It can still work, but it is a little bit more risky. Right now, today, we opened quite good. We opened above 360.65. We were at 361.51. So almost a buck higher. But then first hour, boom, we came back down. Where did we came back down to? Guess what? We came back down to 350. So this is not a surprise that we came back down to 350. We have hit our stop loss at 357. So this was hit and the trade was closed. So this happens, and this is why we put a closed stop loss. So right now we don't have stochastic over 60 anymore because stochastic over 60 is giving us an indication of the momentum. We had stochastic over 60 since last Thursday. After this move up, this was a significant enough move up that stochastic became over 60 until today. And because of this move down, then momentum is lost. We have lost momentum. Stochastic is not over 60 anymore. It's going to take a little bit of a while to build it back up. So what can we do about this? What can we do? Right now, there's nothing to do. If we break 360.65, we don't know when. We don't know when, but if we break it, then if we still have stochastic over 60 coming back, then this is going to be another buy signal. But then as the hours pass, let's say that we stay into this congestion zone a while. If we start breaking again 360.65 a little bit later right here, then this is not going to be such a good buy signal anymore because we have our downward resistance that's right here. And what this resistance is telling us is that we should be caving into that resistance. Like we did in December 18th, like we did January 17th, like we did January 31st. So we are caving in to that resistance. This is what a resistance means. We have sellers pushing the stock lower and lower. So if we have a buy signal here, this is going to be a buy signal technically, because this is going to be an imbalance between the buyers and sellers in favor of the buyers. But then we are going to have to be very cautious based on this downward resistance. We won't have much profit to gain right here. We are pretty much stuck here. When we had the buy signal chart, we still had, a little bit of a move up until, because the downward resistance was further away and the other resistance that was closer was that one at 378. But if we have the buy signal right here, then boom, this is going to be a little bit too close. Things are looking less and less interesting in terms of an intraday play for Tesla. I'm sorry to say. Also, things are not super clear also in terms of the shorting side of things. If we break lower than 350, then this is all nice and dandy. But look at this. We have this support right here at 330. Let's call it 340. From 350 to 340, that's a $10 move. It's here we had a little bit more than $10 on the short side, around $10. This is starting to be very thin. So it's a good thing that we have other stocks to look at. If you are part of my community member, we are looking at other stocks to find the same thing as I do here for free for Tesla. We are looking for high probability trade. And this is what I'm doing on this channel. High probability trade. You can buy at any point in time and get lucky. So getting lucky is one thing. Consistently finding high probability trade is a complete other ballgame. It requires a lot more work, a lot more knowledge, and a lot more time. Yeah. Let's take a look at the rest of the market to see if things are the same. VIX climbed a little bit by 2.5%, still at 15, so it's still okay. Bonds, a down day today. This is great. We'd like it to break lower and close lower than 4.5%. Stochastic is still below 60s. We have no force. There's no momentum in that chart, so we should be continuing lower. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Okay, this one is starting to weaken a little bit. Look at stochastic on the daily chart. Stochastic on the daily chart is below 60. So now there's no upward momentum at all in the movement of that index. In terms of resistance, we are still below 45,000. And now, because of today's move, we have broken below our first bullish channel support. We have another one that's approximately at 43,800. The first one is gone. So that's a fact. We are still above this horizontal support, still at 44,000. So we are going to keep an eye on that. SPX moved down first in the morning, but then we came back a little bit higher, but still finished lower. So we are 0.43 down, still outside of the bullish channel. And this is a perfect touch right here. Perfect touch. We went boom and retouched the support. So not the best day. NASDAQ, same thing. Look at this. We stayed above 22,000 not too long ago for 2 days. For the past 2 days, we stayed above 22,000, but now, boom, we are caving in. Still above the moving average, still above the big resistance right here, the big channel resistance, huge channel resistance. We are still away, but we still have this weakening. And Russell for the small caps, we were into this bullish channel right here, but the bullish channel is gone again. Not the best day overall in the market. And if we take a look at this heat map, lots of black, lots of red, a little bit of green. Health technologies are green, consumer non-durables, energy, minerals are pretty good. But aside from that, this was not a great day. Let's take a look at some Tesla news in our Discord server that you can get access by becoming a community member. Tesla is going to implement a virtual queue system at its supercharging locations. I think this is a great idea, and I think it's long overdue. Imagine you are driving, you want to charge your Tesla, and the supercharger is full, and you come in from one end, and there seems to be another car that's coming from the other end. So which one was there first? Maybe the car was there before you, and when it saw you coming in, it wanted to let you know, no, I was there before you guys. I was just staying put over there, but now that I see you, I want to show you that I was before you. You know, we need this. This is 2025. We all have technologies and cell phone and everything. Of course, Tesla can implement that. I want to charge, and based on the location, and maybe they need to have a geofencing thing. As soon as you come from 50 meters of the supercharger, boom, you get assigned a rank, and you keep that rank. And when a charger becomes free, then the chargers are smart enough not to allow out of order people to start charging. They can do all of that. So this is fantastic. I can understand why they have not done this before, because it takes resources and everything, and it did not seem to be such a problem before, but recently there was a kerfuffle that happened and people were almost fighting. This is a great feature that was needed. And on another news, Fox is telling us that federal workers protest outside Tesla showroom in San Francisco. Yes, this is not going to help Tesla sell cars. The vibe right now for Tesla cars is, and for Elon, the vibe is pretty negative. I don't base my trading and investing decision based on that, because who am I to know if there's not an institution that is going to just load up on Tesla stock while the stock has a hard time lifting? But this is just a fact that there's a big gray cloud above Elon and also Tesla. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.